All right, we're going to talk about graphing linear inequalities today. So with your scissors, we're going to cut right along the solid line. And then each of these dotted lines, we're going to fold. All right, so then what you're going to do, we've got our graphing inequalities page, we've got our second one, we're going to just put one into the other. All right, and then with our stapler,
This is Harry. This is Joseph.
We're going to staple right at the top.
Fleetwood, please call 1703.
So when we graph linear inequalities, we've got three steps we need to look at. The first one is to convert whatever we are given into
Mrs. Shipman, please call 1703.
into slope-intercept form. So looking at our two examples, my first one, I've got this x on the side, so I'm needing to subtract the x. So I have negative y is greater than, we'll do slope, so negative x plus 2. Then I need to divide everything by negative 1. So now I've got y, I have positive x minus 2. Now, remember what happens when I divide by a negative. I'm dealing with inequalities now, so my symbol is going to flip. So this is my slope-intercept inequality. If I were to look at something that has coefficients, same basic steps. I'm going to subtract my x. So I have negative 3y less than or equal to negative 5x minus 15 divided by negative 3 on everything. So now I have y. I have 5/3 x, and I have a plus 5. Once again, I've divided by a negative, so my symbol is going to flip. Okay, so we need to remember our rules for solving inequalities. So once I've converted, then I'm going to look at, okay, the line type. When we were doing on a number line, we looked at open or closed circles. My line type, we're going to say, is it going to be solid or dashed? So let's convert. I've got y is less than. So anytime I have a less than or a greater than, this is going to be a dashed line. That means when I graph, I'm going to graph with holes in the middle. It's like having an open circle. If I'm talking about less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, then I'm going to have a solid line. So this is our standard way of graphing. So let's go back to those two examples. My first one I had, we're going all the way back here, y is less than x minus 2. So because it is a less than, I'm going to have a dashed line. Everything else is the same. My y-intercept is at negative 2. My slope is still 1. So I've got rise 1, run 1. The only difference is that when I go to graph it, I'm not going to have a solid line. Now, just like in a number line, I need to shade. So I've done the graphing, now I'm going to shade it. So in order to do that, you can either look, okay, it's less than, so it's going to be down here. Or if I take 0, 0. So let's use 0, 0. If I plug that in, I've got 0 is less than 0 minus 2. Well, that's saying 0 is less than negative 2. Is that true? So that's not true. So I'm not going to shade 0, 0. I'm going to take my pencil and shade everywhere else. Okay, what I want you to do now is look at that second example. Y is greater than or equal to 5/3 x plus 5. And try that one on your own. Okay, try it on your own and we'll talk about it tomorrow.